Today is interest rate decision day. Federal Reserve is going to announce at 2 p.m. whether or not they're going to raise rates by 25 basis points. That's a quarter point rate hike, or not raise rates at all. And investors are expecting, about 100% of investors are expecting there will be a 25 basis point interest rate increase. But like with every Federal Reserve decision, what's going to happen is that they're going to look at the comments from the meeting afterwards and see what are they projecting in the future. What are they going to do in the future? Are they going to pause now? Are they going to stop? And is this the pivot? Whenever they stop raising rates and whenever they signal that they're going to start considering lowering rates, that's when you're going to see a big jump up in commodity prices, a decline in the dollar, and everything else that entails. But this is from CNN. I just want to read this one sentence from this content blog that they sent me. Financial analysts say the Fed could also hint at the possibility of another rate increase later this year, even though inflation has steadily cooled in recent months. And here's a chart of inflation from Trading Economics showing you what I told you, that inflation was not going to go higher at that point, that it was going to go lower, and that once it starts to fall, it will come down pretty rapidly. So there may be another rate hike in the future. Federal Reserve Jerome Powell has consistently said that they're going to keep rates high for longer. They're going to keep increasing rates, even though the market didn't always believe them. But it's even in Jerome Powell and Federal Reserve's opinion, as most traders as well, that after this increase, there may be one more at most, and that will either be the final one or they'll stop before that point and they'll pivot sooner. Either way, you're playing a timing game, but just watch this stuff. It's going to always have a big impact on the markets. And you'll see this decision coming out at 2 p.m. today and the analysis of the minutes from their meeting thereafter. And this video is dedicated to one of the best emails I got in a long time. Everybody should think like this. Everybody should start their investing journey exactly as Gordon has. Listen to this. I just want to say that I went through your Peter Leeds Academy. I'm now making my way through the Penny Stocks for Dummies 3rd edition. Good man Gordon, 3rd edition is the one you want, especially the new part I added about getting your mind right. And especially for you as a new investor, it's going to help you. But Gordon goes on to say, after I get through the book, I will also purchase your candlestick trading course. My goal is to place my first trade before July 28th. And I would be willing to bet that Gordon will wind up being one of the most effective investors compared to most people. He's doing it right. He's taking time first. He's learning what he has to learn. He's done the academy, which will give you all the fundamental analysis concepts and how to value a company, know what it's worth. He's reading Penny Stocks for Dummies, 3rd edition, which I believe is a must for everyone. And I know he wrote the book. It's a must for everyone. I don't make any money if you buy it. We had a different arrangement this time. I'm not trying to shill my books or promote my books here. I'm trying to promote your investment understanding. And he's going to get the trading chart course, so he's going to know about technical, short-term trading, swing trading. Great, good stuff. I was so proud and happy to get that email, Gordon. It made my day. Again, from CNN, UPS and Teamsters Union, which represents 340,000 UPS workers, has reached a tentative deal on a new contract, potentially avoiding a nationwide strike. The reason I'm talking about this, not just that it's more of what happened since the very first Starbucks unionized, and I told you that's the beginning for Starbucks, and it'll spread from there. There's a huge unionization push now. And the reason I'm talking about this specific portion of this article is that you can see how if UPS had gone on strike, it would put a complete snarl on the economy. Items wouldn't be able to get to where they needed to go. You saw what happened. We had the port backlogs and the shipping constraints. What about when you get even closer and you have the delivery constraints? The American labor movement has grown increasingly energized and empowered. Many unionized actors, writers, nurses, and teachers remain on the picket lines, and UPS workers and auto workers have threatened walkouts. And you want to talk about picket lines, just wait for the anger and unfair situations for a lot of people once we have this big pension shortfall crisis, which is inbound right now. It's going to affect way more people than you think, not just pensioners. A strike for UPS workers doesn't just affect people who are waiting for a package. There's a lot of follow-on effects, a lot of connections. Everything's too interconnected nowadays. And just to leave it on a high note, here's a fun one for you, also from CNN. A House panel is holding a public hearing today on unidentified anomalous phenomena, also known as unidentified flying objects, or UFOs. The Oversight Committee will hear testimony regarding UFO sightings from 3 individuals who previously served in the U.S. military. Witnesses would provide public testimony because the American people deserve the truth. This is a cat let out of the bag. This is something that is going to change way more things in society than you probably realize yet at this very moment. UFOs are real. So what does that mean? All of a sudden we're not alone. That changes a lot of things. Where a government spends money and where they focus on things, how they look at space exploration, the way they look at new technologies. Certain religions will be affected in certain ways. I don't talk much about any of that because I don't know a lot about religions. And everybody just remember to be like Gordon. You got to get your feet first. You get structured first. You learn first. And then you shoot. You aim, then you shoot. That's it for today. Another quick one. I love you guys. Please subscribe. It does a lot to help the channel, to help encourage my team. And we're working super hard for you guys. Stick with us. We got lots more to tell you about, maybe tomorrow.